Welcome to my video on Introduction to Statistics, what it is and why it matters. What is statistics? Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting data. It allows us to make sense of numbers and patterns in the real world. Some examples will be like test scores, election polls, business profit, and then even YouTube views. A lot of statistics there. Now, we use statistics in science, business, sports, medicine, just everyday life. We see it everywhere, even though we don't know really exactly that's what we're looking at. It helps us understand trends, make decisions, and guide decisions for our future. Some examples we see, watch the weather forecast, look on our phones and on our apps. It tells us what's going on in the weather. A lot of statistics goes into that, analyzing sports results. Of course, the stock market. If you want to make some money in the stock market, you better understand the statistics of the stocks and the companies. And then social media growth. How is your YouTube channel doing? There's two branches of statistics. One is descriptive statistics, which summarizes and describes data. The examples of this would be like mean, median, and this would be like charts and the standard deviation. These is a lot of the charts that you see, like the stock market chart where things are going up or down. That is more descriptive in nature. Now, the second branch of statistics is called inferential, and it uses samples to draw conclusions about a population. Say, in the example of a stock market, you look at the growth in the sales, the revenue, and try to predict what's going to happen in the future. Or in election polls, or clinical trials in medicine, if medicine is going to work out or not, going to be a good medicine. Now, some examples like in descriptive, the average test score of my class is 82. So you're averaging a bunch of numbers together and getting a mean. Inferential would be an example of, based on a sample of 100 voters, we predict candidate A will win 52% of the vote. We see this a lot on election night, where they're trying to predict who's going to win the election based on a limited sample. That's inferential. Weather forecasts are mostly inferential because they've got these models that are trying to predict the future for us. We're not too worried about the present because we can look outside. And then on sports statistics, you'll see a lot of this on any sporting event that you watch. They're getting a lot more statistics on that. Batting averages, points per game, just all kinds of summaries, all kinds of data. It's really into sports now. And then they also use it for predicting outcome of future games. Who's going to win an Olympic event or the World Series or the Super Bowl or the World Cup. And business decisions. This is very important there because, like it or not, we're all tied to the economy in some regard, so we need to understand what's going on. So it helps us understand how businesses are doing and then predict what might happen in the future, if they're going up or down. Social media. I'm a YouTuber. I look at the number of likes, views, watch time, try to predict, is my channel doing good or poorly? And then, of course, health and medicine. If you want to try to stay alive and stay healthy, you need to monitor your vitals, weight, blood pressure. That tells you how you're doing. And then the inferential part of that would be more in the clinical drug trials and where they're trying to figure out new drugs based on the results, trying to take a limited population and draw conclusions about that, which gives us information about a larger population. Is that drug going to work or not? And why you should learn statistics. Well, it helps you make a better decision maker, helps detect bias and misinformation. And misinformation, that's a biggie these days. There's a lot of false information out there. We have to discern what's right and what's wrong, what's correct and what's false. So also statistics is the foundation for about every branch of science and economics and finance. It just helps us understand the world around us. So in summary, statistics is about understanding and interpreting data. There's two main types, descriptive and inferential. And statistic impacts our daily life and decision making. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about statistics and what it is and how it helps us and why we need to learn it. If you would, give me a like, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I do want to thank you for watching.